now we are in very stressful times, and a lot of people are really working on their side hustle, selling different types of items, but some of those items might be overpriced, and a lot of stores are trying to lure you in with some of these items only to get you to spend more and more money. This is a time where you need to really be thinking about your fiscal health, because the more you suffer financially, the more your mental health tends to deteriorate as well. So I want to give you 4 items that you do not need to purchase in any expensive kind of store, department store, or in any MLM. And these are items that traditionally are going to cost you a lot of money if you go for a name brand, but they're just as good if you don't go for the name brand. Number 1 is your skincare. Now, I love skincare, and I partner with Anne-Marie Skincare. And I think that if you're going to get skincare and you're going to go 100% organic, small batch, then that's the way to go. But if you're just sort of looking at a less toxic type of skincare, you really don't need to go to a department store or any MLM. You can just go to your pharmacy. And if you were in France, most French women who are known for their beauty and their beautiful skin go to pharmacies for their skincare because they trust the pharmacist more than they trust a beauty expert. So you want to go to your local pharmacy, you want to go to your local smaller Whole Foods type of a store, natural store, and you want to get your skincare there. Or if you're like me, you want small batch organic skincare that's really high quality, then I would say Anne-Marie Skincare is the way to go. So getting a larger tub of organic cocoa butter or some other more natural skincare that's in a larger quantity is going to be more helpful for you because you're going to need to use it more and more. Not only are you going to need to moisturize your hands more because you're washing your hands more, but you're going to potentially start getting a rash from the mask, and you're going to want to every night moisturize your face to not only protect your face for the next day, but you also want to give your face some time to heal if you have any kind of rash or chafing. And if you're in the United States as winter is approaching, you're probably going to be needing more and more skincare and moisturizer as well. So these are all reasons just to hit somewhere local and get more bang for your buck. And you can still get really organic, good quality items at your local pharmacy or small store. You don't have to pay for the name, the marketing, or all the training they give a lot of people. You just need a really good product. I personally think cocoa butter is the way to go if you're just going to your local pharmacy. It's going to do the job and it has a lot of healing properties. So don't spend a lot of money on skincare. So another obvious thing that you don't need to spend a lot of money on right now is travel items. And I know a lot of people are still buying travel items even though they're not traveling, because what they're seeing is they're getting these name brands for less because they're buying a smaller quantity. But the reality is you're actually paying more money. So you might be paying 33 cents per milliliter, but if you bought the full size, you're only paying 20 cents per milliliter. And I know that doesn't seem like much, but over time, that kind of money adds up. And right now, we need to hold on to money and we need to be very wise with our money. So buying smaller, more frequent, expensive items is just not cost effective. It's better if you really are sold on that brand just to buy the bigger size. It's going to save you money in the long run. Oh, and you know what? One thing I forgot to mention, and it goes with skincare, is also your sunscreen. However, sunscreen is one of those things where the main ingredients are pretty much the same no matter where you get them. And often pharmacies have really gentle, made for infant types of sunscreens that are really high in SPF or sun protection. So if you're someone who has really sensitive skin, just go for a formula that was formulated for an infant. And just like any sunscreen, the key to it is applying it every half hour. So why spend money on something really small that you're going to have to replace more often that's not really any better than anything that you could get at the pharmacy or at the grocery store? It just doesn't make sense. It's fiscally not prudent, and it's also going to become an emotional drag when you have to keep buying things over and over and over again. You're going to start feeling guilty. Now, an area that's not a necessity, but is definitely something that a lot of women and some men purchase is mascara. And a lot of people are really sold on name brand mascaras, but in general, mascaras also have really used the same ingredients for many years, and you really don't need to have a designer brand of a mascara. Even some of the fiber mascaras you can find in a pharmacy for much less money. So if you're going to purchase mascara, and this is something that you might be purchasing seasonally or at least once every 6 months, you can do just as well with something that is right at the pharmacy. There's a lot of different brands that are at the pharmacy, and there are definitely pharmacy brands that are cruelty-free. So you can definitely look for something like that and save money. And if money gets tight for you, or you're even just nervous about money, this is going to make you feel good and be calmer because you know you're not overspending on something that really isn't something that you need right now. And lastly, makeup brushes. Again, you really don't need makeup brushes. However, if you're going to buy them, don't get lured in by going to like Sephora and getting like a big set of makeup brushes where $64 doesn't sound that bad to some people, and it might sound like a deal. For some people, it sounds crazy. I get it. But for a lot of people, it doesn't seem that big of a deal. But a lot of the brushes in that set are not going to be soft, and they're not going to be ones you even use. So if you go to the grocery store and just purchase a couple of the soft hair brushes that you might be using more often, and get the cheaper ones when it comes to brushes. Because if you're not replacing them every 3 to 6 months, you really run the risk of pushing bacteria into your skin. And you want a cheaper brush that's very soft, because now is not the time that you want to put a brush all over your face and put little micro scratches to hold bacteria. Not a good idea. So those are the 4 items that I think that you should be purchasing at a pharmacy or at your local grocery store. And I think it's going to save you money and it's going to save you sanity. So please subscribe, ring the bell to stay connected, and here's another video for you.